Hello, Dave Morelli here. I'm going to be doing some loading. We got some really shitty weather outside. It's really not much fun to go out and shoot. And you might say, God dang, how could there be really shitty weather and not shoot? Well, when it's snowing so hard you can't see the 1,000-yard gong, that's too shitty to shoot. But I've been looking through my 338 Remington Ultra Mag ammunition, and it's time to reload anyway. So I'm going to do a little 338 RUM reloading. I'm trying to get all my stuff together. Now, I've shot this thing a lot. This one here, I've had good luck with US 869 and Retumbo. So I'm going to stick with those. I want to try to load out some stuff to shoot the 1 mile. I've got a 1 mile target pegged out. So I'm getting my stuff together. I really like the 285 Hornady hollow point boat tail. It's a really good, really accurate at 1,000 yards. I got some 250s here. I'm not going to worry about them. They're just a little light. What I really want to load is these 300 grain, and I've got some Nosslers here. These are hollow point boat tails. Yep, got 100 of those, and the 300 grain bullet. Even the Lyman book doesn't have them listed yet. You got to look around and find what you need for information. Hornady put out this one here, and it lists the 300 grain, and this is just a pamphlet. The other thing is, the internet today, if you guys are computer savvy, most of you probably more than I am, you can print out anything you want. I used Hodgkin's website because I'm using their powders. And they've given me here two loads for the 300, one with Retumbo and one with 869, US 869. So I've got some data here to work with. This one uses a large rifle Magnum primer for this load. The other thing is, what I depend on too is my own data that I've picked up and put together. And so I'm going to use, it seems to me that I did better with the 300 grain using .869. 99 grains of US 869. It got me almost 2,700 feet per second, and my shooting dope says that I should favor that ammo. So we're going to use 869. We'll get the Retumbo. We'll get this Retumbo and we'll put it out of the way so we don't have a problem. I've got a lot of 869. So anyway, I got my stuff together and I'm going to get started on this. I got all my shell holders in. Got one in my primer here. I've got this is a dummy round that I've made. It's a 338 Remington Ultra Mag. And I like where this seats my bullet. It's about 10 thousandths from the ogive to jumping across into the rifling. As my notes have shown, that's really working very well for me. So we're going to use this as a setup. I'll use this dummy round to set up my loading dies. I just use regular old RCBS, and I got a stack of them here. I've used RCBS loading dies, as long as I've been shooting. I probably got the first set of dies there. They probably are wore out, but I still have them. RCBS makes a good die at a good price. You can spend a lot of money with this long range stuff, and there's nothing wrong with all those products out there. I'm not quite as anal as a bench rest guy. A minute or less, a half inch Half minute is just fine for the type of shooting I do. RCBS easily gets me everything I need as far as loading. I can spend more on dies. I don't seem to need to for the type of shooting I do. So I got my dies in there. I got my Nosler brass. I'm going to use brand new brass today because I have a box of it here. One thing I like about this Nosler is everything's done. It's pre-prepped. Although I'm not as anal as a bench rest shooter, there are some things that I like to do to my brass. One of them is I like them all to be within 1.5 grains of weight between cases. That will usually let me know that the inside diameters are close and volumes are close to the same. I like a flash hole to be reamed out on the inside. If you're buying brass where it hasn't been done, or you're reloading something that you've bought and you're not sure if it's been done, you'll need a tool that'll go in there and ream that out. They already do that for you in Nosler. And they also ream your pocket to a uniform depth, which I do every time I shoot them. I re-ream my pockets. But all that's been done for me here, so I'm going to go ahead and load with that right off. I just got to set up my scale here. I weigh every charge. That's one of the things that I like to do every time, and that seems to, for me, it seems to work. And we're going to use this US 869 because according to my notes that did the best at 1,000, and so I'm sure that's going to do the best trying this 1 mile shot. So I'm going to get the rest of this stuff together and get it loaded up. So we put her in. Give it a tap. And then I got my RCBS die, or RCBS press. This is a taller press. I got 2 of them set right next to each other. But this one here, you can size with it because you can get the brass in. It's tall enough to size. It's not quite tall enough to seat. I'm not sizing these anyway because Nosler has done all that for me. This brass is ready to load. So we put it in, and I used my dummy round to set the die, so they're coming out exactly like the last ones, and there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish loading these up, and as soon as the weather clears, I'll have 25 rounds to take out and try shooting at my 1 mile target, see how she works. I'll probably hit that 1,000-yard gong a couple of times too, just for yucks. Anyway, stay tuned to us. Come back with us later on when the weather gets better. We're going to shoot this gun a little, and I hope you'll join us. Till then, have a good day. Bye.